Well, that's a different role for this man. Tonight, an A-list movie star is in Folsom. As you can see, he's in a different role. He's part of a band. Kevin Costner and Modern West are here to perform in the Valley.
But before he took the stage, he met up with News 10's Emily Pritchard to discuss what's next for him after all of those movie hits in this exclusive interview.
Roughly 850 people got to fill up Harris Center tonight to see Kevin Costner and Modern West perform. And just beforehand, we got to speak with Kevin Costner about visiting Northern California and his love of music.
You're used to seeing Kevin Costner in this setting on the big screen, but here it's all about the guitars and the guys.
Most of the songs that people are going to hear tonight were written on the sets of the movies.
And if you forgot, the roar of the crowd can remind you of his great resume as the titles flash across the screen.
I'm a storyteller. I guess that's what I've done. You know, I've got a novel coming out with another friend in October. I'll do a 4-minute song, or I'll do a 3-hour movie, you know, or a mini. I like telling stories, and music is probably the richest way to actually communicate with people for me, because it's so personal.
The Folsom crowd got face to face with the star when he had the lights turned up.
I love playing in California. I love playing in Northern California. I mean,
Did you spend much time up here before?
I know. I'd like to spend more. I mean, the Pacific Northwest has always been my favorite place to be. I used to salmon fish. That's how I put myself through college.
And what about this current role behind the mic?
If people wonder what it's like to be in a band that play in front of a full audience this size or bigger, the truth is it's better than you think.
And when the drums are jamming and the fiddle's going, fans are sure loving Kevin Costner and Modern West.
It's not a night unless we're together.
Well, if you missed out on all the fun tonight, no worries. You still have a chance. Tomorrow night, the band will be performing at 8 p.m. on Saturday right here at the Harris Center. And then if you're feeling a little more adventurous, you could always travel down to Napa. They're going to be performing at the Napa Valley Performing Arts Center on Sunday.
Raised in California?
Yeah.
What's it like getting to play in a band here in front of fans?
It's been really great for me, because I didn't know that I was going to do this again. I had a band before I had my acting career, and 2 of the guys that are in this band were in the first band I was ever in. So, you know, when I decided to do the band again, I really essentially, there was no big plan. I just wanted to play music wherever I was making a movie, which a lot of times is around the world. And that was 10 years ago, and this band has played in Russia, we've played at the Kremlin, we've been in South America. It's been extraordinary. And I just really wanted to do our own music, you know, our original tunes. And I love playing in California. I love playing in Northern California. I mean,
Did you spend much time up here before?
I know. I'd like to spend more. I mean, the Pacific Northwest has always been my favorite place to be. I used to salmon fish. That's how I put myself through college. You know, I like the Northern California idea. I currently live in Santa Barbara, but this is good for me to play for people. You know, I don't really separate my career, acting career, from my music. I basically, you know, most of the songs that people are going to hear tonight were written on the sets of the movies.
Do you fill in the audience and tell them which movies
they
were written on?
Yeah, well, I like I said, I don't separate the music and my movie career. Like I say, I will talk to them, and I'm happy to see them. I know it's going to be full, and that's a nice feeling for the band. It really is. And tomorrow hopefully it'll be the same. I think there's a few tickets left for tomorrow.
So people can still come out.
Yeah, I think actually there's a few right now. I hope anybody listening wants to come down here. I think you could jam your way in here.
And if they're in the audience, what can they expect from you guys?
Well, 2 things. One, we play really loud. So if you want to hear that, that's what we like to do.
Can they hear it down the street?
There's no reason to play in a band if you don't want to play. But no, the second hope is that, well, they're going to hear original music. They're going to hear music that's, you know, from us, and you know, sometimes of it's age appropriate, and we talk about the ideas of our life and the love and loss and things like that. And sometimes we write about when we were young, and we all write in this band. My role is to break all the ties, to decide what we play, and just because I think my music might be the best, it usually isn't. So I'm pretty good about what fights its way into the set.
So how many are in the band?
There's 6 of us in the band, and we have a fiddle player. Sometimes we're going to have a fiddle player tonight. Sometimes my daughter sings with me. So tonight we'll have a fabulous fiddle player. So I really do hope people come. I hope, you know, either tonight or tomorrow. We're going to be in Napa, I think, on Sunday.
You can't come to Northern California and not hit Napa.
I guess. So if you want to chase us to Napa, we're going to play there too. But yeah, it's really, for me, having made movies and to look out and have a different kind of a really authentic evening with people where it's not me in the movies, it's just me right here, and there's a lot of joy, and we play loud, like I say, and you know, I know a lot of women are happy to be here, and a lot of guys are kind of like this when I start, you know, their arms are kind of like this, and but after about a minute, you know, the music takes over, and it should.
And do you have a day job? I mean, what would you define? Are you an actor by day? Are you a musician by day? Or do you just kind of do
Well,
it all?
you know, I'm a storyteller. I guess that's what I've done. You know, I've got a novel coming out with another friend in October. I'll do a 4-minute song, or I'll do a 3-hour movie, you know, or a mini series. I like telling stories, and music is probably the richest way to actually communicate with people for me, because it's so personal and it's so immediate.
And do you ever feel like you're waking up thinking, it's just so cool, I'm in a band, I'm getting to perform, which is something so many people
I've had a
want to
lot
do.
of things like that. Being riding with the Buffalo, pitching a perfect game in Yankee Stadium, being in the bathtub with Sarandon. You know, I've had some good stuff happen to me. But you know, if people wonder what it's like to be in a band that play in front of a full audience this size or bigger, the truth is it's better than you think.
Oh,
It's
well, I think we all think it's good.
Yeah, and whatever you think, it's better, because, you know, it's not a night unless we're together. So the hope is that I'm really excited about the people that are coming tonight, and I think, like I said, I think there are a few tickets, 20 tickets left, something like that. I'm not sure.
And so, where did the idea of becoming a musician come
Well,
for
that
you?
came from being little, and you know, I grew up in the church, the Baptist church. My grandmother played the piano. My mom was in the choir. Every year I was like a wise man, you know, 5-year-old looking for where the star over Bethlehem is, and my parents have to go, it's over there, Kevin, it's over there. And then on the
Follow
drive,
the light.
then the drive home, they'd say, you have to pay more attention. You have to, you know, and the thing and the staff, and it's all falling down, the turban, whatever you want to call it. So
you
music,
were putting on a show at an early age.
music was a part of everything. And then I was trained classically on piano, and boy, that after about 4 years of that, I felt like, you know, like a kid who didn't want to mow the lawn or eat vegetables anymore. I wish I hadn't dropped it so cleanly. You know, I went into sports and did all that stuff. But 2 of the guys, like I said, were in the first band I was in called Roving Boy. And when I decided to do this, I just said, I called them up, and we put out a big wall of music, and our songs are very eclectic. We did a concept record called Famous for Killing Each Other, which was all my feelings when I was making Hatfield and McCoy's, and I think we'll do 2 songs from that tonight. But so, you know.
Where'd the band name come from this time around?
I hated that. I hated that part more than anything. That we have to have a name, really?
Yeah.
It really bugged me. I thought, why can't I just go play? And when it came time to pick a name for the band, it was probably one of the most uncomfortable moments in my life. So, you know, I guess we had a list, and it came down to Modern West, but it wasn't good enough for the band. I said, okay, we'll live with Modern West. All right, that's what you guys. And they go, no, it's got to be Kevin and Modern West. I go, you guys know that that's not how it is. You know that it's not how it is. That we all write, and they go, I know, but we really want it to be Kevin Costner and Modern West. So that was the band.
So that's what everyone will see tonight.
Yeah.
Anything else you can think?
The truth is, what they're going to see is they're going to see guys that really like playing together and are pretty nimble. Our music's pretty eclectic, and we pull now from about 60 songs, and whatever fights its way into the set tonight.
Cool. Thank you so much
You're
for your
welcome.
time. Appreciate it.